Hello, everybody. My name's Jonathan Ripley. I'm the Managing Director of IMed Consultancy. IMed Consultancy is a quality and regulatory service provider that helps global manufacturers all the way through to companies started on that journey of getting their medical device IVDs to market. And we use our expertise to speed that journey up for our clients. Today, I'm going to talk about some of the tips and some of the mistakes that companies may make in trying to get to market in that early part of their journey when they're starting out. If you're a CEO of a medical device startup, one of the biggest challenges you'll face is navigating regulatory compliance. And done right, it accelerates you on the path to market. Done wrong, it can derail your entire strategy. So what advice would I give to a CEO about building a strong foundation for regulatory compliance from day one? We'll go through that today. And they say that all good things come in threes. So here are my top three. So tip one is understand your device and its benefits. First, really understand your device and innovation and the benefit it brings to the user or patient. You will be the experts in your technology and your innovation, but you may not have considered it when it's in the hands of the patient. And this benefit drives the intended use of the device, which is the start of your regulatory journey. And that shapes into your development plan, and your regulatory pathway will come out of that. Get this right and everything else becomes clearer. Tip two, align your commercial strategy and your regulatory strategy. See these things as one. Your ability to place products on the market depends on meeting regulatory requirements in each territory, and map these together, and you can build a holistic go-to-market strategy that avoids surprises later. Tip three, build your plan early. So build your plan for regulatory compliance as early as possible. It's inevitable that your regulatory compliance will be driven through your product development, and understanding that really early is really important. And then therefore getting that expertise and accurate advice early on in your development is so important and is essential. And now just a couple of mistakes that I've seen companies make in the past. Companies rush into market. Yes, it's tempting to make progress and reduce your functionality of your product. But if this reduces your product and its use out in the real world to a point where it isn't actually useful and providing benefit, then you can tick that box and say you've got to market. But actually, is it really going to be adopted out in the clinical space? Mistake two, considering compliance too late. The second mistake is leaving regulatory compliance too late. This leads to design delays, retrospective documentation, and worst case, having to repeat really expensive clinical studies. And that can delay getting the really pivotal data that you need in order to be able to go to market with your device. To avoid this, plan early and get that expertise early on in your development, and make sure that you build a holistic plan that is going to support you through to any submission that you have to make. And as I said, to avoid that, engage early with expertise. Make sure that you have the right advice and the right plans in order to consider your regulatory requirements early. And that way you can leverage your holistic plan to go into your target markets, and then also potentially into further markets that recognize reference markets going forward. Get that expertise early, and that will support you on your journey. One thing I wish every CEO understood is that regulatory compliance is inevitable. Cutting corners might feel tempting and may feel like progress is being made in the short term, but that will create longer term problems. Regulations are also evolving fast, and this is especially true in the software and AI space. So understanding and getting that expertise is really important early on. Invest in this, and it will support you through your journey, and you will not just cut corners and make short-term progress, you will build foundations for longer-term success. So as I say, in closing and summary, it's really important that we consider regulatory input into your development and your go-to-market strategy really early on, Don't think of it as a tick box exercise. It's the foundation of your commercial success. Plan early, align strategies, and invest in that expertise, and really embrace the journey. That's how you avoid the most common mistakes and set you on your journey on the path to success.